welcome back to the channel. If you're returning to the channel, then thank you, welcome back. If you are new to the channel and you want to know what you will gain from watching the channel, I'm going to go over how the channel is broken up into 3 different categories. Those categories are, number 1, gaining new perspectives in art. This will deal with critiquing art and looking at different art museums. Number 2, techniques on how to become an artist yourself. So I will show you different techniques with drawing, painting, graphic design, sculpture, and photography. 3, surviving your classroom as an art educator. I'm going to give you ideas that I had wished someone had told me my first year of teaching. So I would like to share what I know as an art educator with all of you. So those are different ideas about possibly classroom management, pacing your curriculum, and lesson ideas. This channel is for all age groups and anyone who loves art as much as I do. So thanks for joining, guys. If you want to see the next art lesson, hit that bell below. Hi everyone. So I'm gonna do a new sculpture project. It's dealing with wire and pieces of wood, and then a sanding tool as well, something to sand with, and then gesso paint. You'll need a brush, and then possibly a hammer or a drill, and then maybe paper towel too. So this is going to involve creating a structure, a formal structure with wire, and then you're basically going to paint on top of that. So first we have to create this, the actual structure. So you don't want a big piece of wood. You don't want, like, this is too big right here. That's just too big. What you're gonna want is just right here. This is a perfect size. And I would say if you're all about measuring, then this is about a block of wood that's about, I would say, maybe 1 inch thick, and then maybe 6 inches long. So it's a fairly small piece of wood. This is a messy project, so if you care about your clothing, I would put an apron on, but I don't really care. That's just the way I work. Don't care about getting too messy. So it will get messy though. And it is easier if you get a sanding tool and then like a block of wood that goes inside of. It kind of gives you something to kind of grip onto. And so you just want to do the corner. I would go as far as just smoothing out most of the sides in general. So you just want to keep on sanding till these sides get kind of smooth. You may need to push down a little bit. And then take the other side, switch it, and then do the other side. And then switch it again. As you see, you do want to smooth it out only because you don't want splinters in the end either. So you want to keep going. And just smooth out the entire thing. So as you see, since the last time you saw me, I did put some gloves on because I did not want a splinter in my hand. So I did throw a few gloves on. You can also get work gloves. They'll protect you even more. But I have these readily available, so I just threw them on. So hopefully when you sanded your piece, you got all the sides here. You kind of rounded those out. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a Sharpie. You're going to grab a Sharpie and just make 2 holes. Now, what are these 2 holes? This is where your wire is going to go into. It's going to go up and then around and then back down into your block of wood. The block of wood is really just holding your wire sculpture kind of together so it can stand on its own. So you don't want it too far apart, but you don't want it too close together. So if I look at a ruler, I'm thinking that probably around 3 inches apart is a good measurement for how far apart you want those holes. So you're just going to make 1 on either side of your 3 inches. So go ahead and take your Sharpie. You are now going to make the holes in the wood. You do want them in the center of the piece of wood. So if you need to measure, okay, where's the center from the top to the bottom, or from either side, then do that. You find your halfway point. Mine's about 3.5, it looks like, and then about 2.5. So 3.5 by 2.5 is my center point. So find where the center of your piece of wood is. Once you find the center, then you take your 3 inches and you just put them right roughly in the center of the piece of wood. So let's do it. Now remember, if you get the measurement wrong with a Sharpie, it's okay, because you haven't put your holes into your piece here yet. You can always, I know what you're thinking, Sharpie is permanent, but what you can do is just take your sanding tool and kind of erase it almost. So don't feel like it's, if you mess up, you can try it again. I always say there's no mess ups in art because you can usually work around any place that you feel like you might have messed up on. So we are now going to put our holes in here. Now there's 2 ways. You could take a hammer and you could take a nail and you could put it in here, 2 holes, but the thing is you might run a risk of splitting the wood in half, so that may not be the best way to put your holes in your piece of wood. I think the cleanest way to do it is to take an electric drill, which if you're in a classroom, it's better to have your instructor help you with that process, because safety first.